How's it going, guys? Gaming practitioner here, and today I'm using Jose Aldo, and I'm going against Conor McGregor. This was a player that I faced at least about 6 or 7 times. Ran into him online in quick fight, and he always gives me a good fight, man. It keeps me on the edge of my seat. His name is X Mecca. You see right there in the top left corner in the name bar. But this fight, man, I had to overcome some pressure, and I couldn't throw leg kicks like I really wanted to, so I had to sort of pick my poison and pick what strikes I wanted to land. I couldn't get into an exchange with Conor, as most of you know who played against Conor McGregor players online, even good Conor McGregor players, that you get into a fucking gunfight or exchange with Conor McGregor, you're not really going to win it because he has so much power in the featherweight division. And he's working those oblique kicks. He did a good job at blocking low. Right there, you see, he checked my leg kick. He was countering with the 1-2, comes in with the 1 hook. So I was just really trying to stay composed and pick my shots. And I don't really, like to have my back against the cage, but hell, he had most of the center of the octagon, and he wasn't going to back up, and I already knew that, so I had to work that lateral movement, trying to stay on the outside of him, moving side to side. Good, I don't know what kick that is, like a hook kick, lead hook kick. Try to step in with that jab, miss, caught me with a nice body shot. And by the way, I used Jose Aldo, and this isn't my first time using him, but holy shit, this Jose Aldo feel good in this game. And I remember the past 2 UFC 2 games, he felt like pure trash. UFC 1, garbage. UFC 2, it was a step forward, but a step back at the same time, if you know what I mean. But UFC 3, man, he just feels so fucking smooth. Catch me with that push kick right there with the lead leg. The thing about him also using that lead leg push kick, that side kick, was he wasn't trying to spam it. He was really just trying to create distance with it. So it's not his fault that I was getting pushed back. That's the thing that I have a problem with in the game that I hope gets fixed. That it doesn't just push you back at any range that they throw that kick. Like I said, it doesn't always push you back, but 99% of the time it does push you back. So I hope that gets fixed. Right there, exactly like I said earlier in the beginning of the video, do not get an exchange with Conor McGregor, because that shit will happen. And he did a good job. He stayed patient, tried to pick his shots right here. See, he tried to create that distance. And trying to work my block a little bit. So I started to work his body a little bit. That's what I wanted to do. I seen he was really excuse me, I had to burp. Excuse me. I felt like I didn't want to come up for a second. But again, like I said, felt like he was he wasn't aggressive. He was aggressive in his strikes, but also in how he comes forward. So he was more aggressive in movement than he was with strikes a lot of the time. He started to open up with a lot more strikes. Again, right there, that push kick throws me back. But I'm trying to just overcome that, trying to see what I can do to counter against it, and which side, lunges do work against that. I just couldn't time him right in this fight for some reason. But right there, I catch his kick, and I go high, because I knew he was going to block low. So I went high with that one, and I had some success with it. Right now, I slipped the uppercut. Now you're going to start seeing me slip a little bit, but I'm not going to try and anticipate it, because he was doing good at mixing up that the strike that came after the jab. So he would go jab straight. Sometimes he'll go jab hook, or sometimes he'll go jab uppercut. From a tip for him, if Mecca, if you're watching this video, I would have loved to see you work that jab check hook a little bit more. Good catch right there, by the way. I would have loved to see him work the jab check hook a little bit more. That really does shut down the head movement. But right there, you see, going into a fucking exchange with Conor, that shit happens, And you can't do that, especially with Jose Aldo. though Jose Aldo has decent boxing, you don't really want to box with him against Conor McGregor. You know, caught him in that one right there. Had to fake the jab. So catch him with a 1-2 right there at the end as the round comes to an end. So going into round number 2, I feel like he did win that round. Of course, it was obvious he won that round by having more strikes thrown. You know, landing more strikes, I meant. And that's okay, that's fine with me. Like, again, you know, his stamina, that's what I'm really looking at. I'm really looking at stamina, trying to get him to, you know, get that punch output high and bring his stamina bar down low. So I can be able to capitalize a little bit more easier, though it's not always easy to capitalize on people with low stamina in this game. You know, I felt against this guy it would kind of work, but he did. So I feel like he did well using Conor McGregor. But again, Jose Aldo feels so great in this game. I couldn't really use his leg kicks like I said, like I wanted to. I had to set him up like that. 2 punches to the head, then to the leg, because he was doing good at blocking the jab and then going low and blocking that low kick. So again, pushing me to the cage, and you guys notice he's not really spamming it, so that's why I give him a pass. I really do respect the way he used it, especially that oblique kick. You know, he was using that oblique kick nicely, stabbing me right there in the knee with it, right there, exchanging with him. So moving around a little bit. I also didn't want to go for a jab front kick so much. And you guys see right there, I tried to fake the jab and come with the low kick. A nice slip right there I caught him with, tried to go for a hook. And then go for a hook, high kick again, caught him, knocked him down. I thought I had him finished, but ended up rolling over the stack. So get back up, not going to go into the guard of Conor McGregor. Right there, one jab, straight body. That's a good combination too, especially when people like to go high with combinations. You can go jab, and then as they're going high, you go through with the straight to the body. And again, I tried to go for that head kick after I caught his kick, but nice hook right there he caught me with. Now I'm not gonna lie, right here when my back got against the fence, he was trying to cut me off a lot, you know. See, but he was chasing a little bit too, so I was able to escape just a little bit. Nice hook kick right there with the lead leg. He was trying to fuck my leg up, man. Get straight to the body, moving around. He tried to go for it right there, but good leg kick. I was able to set that one up. Straight to the body. Right there, I'm lunging out the way. I'm noticing that he was throwing jabs straight. Nice slip right there. Go for that. Fake the body kick. Throw some boxing combinations. And I slipped and get caught with a fucking hook, man. Luckily, I slipped away from that and got kicked in the back. Caught me with a high kick. Slipped the jab right there. So he's still bringing the pressure, man. Right there, that's exactly what you don't want to do with Conor McGregor. You know, when he's throwing, you basically just want to block and get the fuck out of there. Block and retreat. You know, if you block and stand there and go toe-to-toe with Conor, good fucking luck. But again, I'm just trying to use that lateral movement. My back is on the cage. I'm feeling pretty, you know, pretty unsafe with my back against the cage. I didn't want to, like I said, I didn't want to stand there and go forward, you know, like an idiot, and then end up getting knocked out and cost this fight. So, right there, working that jab, nice blocking head kick. So I'm looking for that jab hook. I slipped the straight right there. You missed with that body kick. Nice, I slipped that one. Front kick pushes him back, man. And see, again, look at him now. He's still right there because he knows he has that power advantage, you know. So he knows, as long as I'm, at least to me, he knew as long as I was in close, that me trying to box with him in that dirty boxing range, that tight boxing range, wasn't going to work for me. So good leg kick right there. A few jabs beforehand. Good push kick, kicking back towards the cage. Like I said, and right there when I got against the cage, I didn't want to circle off too fast to get caught with a high kick or a hook. So I just wanted to stay there and try and read or, you know, predict what he was going to do. And as you guys see, his stamina's low. Rocking with the uppercut. Not trying to get too crazy with going forward or over aggressive or too happy. Right there, just stand right there, mixing it up a little bit. Like I was saying before, his stamina's pretty low. You know, much more lower than mine. He got about 60 to 50% of stamina. Probably 50 now after that kick. Again, I noticed he was just slowing down a little bit, but his pressure, you know, he was just he was pressuring me and giving me a lot of problems. I just really did have to sit back and try and counter fight, because like I said, trying to go toe to toe with Conor McGregor, though I said this like the millionth time in the video, don't want to do that with Jose Aldo. So coming up on the third round, I look at the stats. I see that he won the first round. I say that I took the second round because of the knockdown and the significant strikes with it. So I'll take that 1-for-1 going into the third. And coming out right here, show it with respect, bowing down, touch gloves. Jose Aldo just feels really amazing in this game. I can't, you know, express that enough. Good combinations right there by me. Good front kick. Again, I'm just standing on that outside waiting, and he catches me with a straight and rocks me. Don't want to move my head or anything right there. I lunged, but it was just like a lazy lunge. So, like I said, I don't want to get reckless. And I think right here, I lead out the way. Boom, uppercut, high kick, catches him and finishes the fight. That was a great fight. I really liked that fight. And shout out to X Mecca, one of my friends list on PlayStation. Like I said, it wasn't like I invited him or he invited me. We just ran into each other, and this was like our rematch. So shout out to him, man. Thanks for giving me such a great fight. And like I told him yesterday before I got offline, hope to meet him again in the next match or online some other time. But hope you guys enjoyed that video. Please drop a like, leave a comment, and also subscribe. And till the next video, guys, peace.